Capricorn. Hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides and spirit team, talk to me about the Cappies. We're kind of in early June at the time of this filming, but we're moving into mid, so let's see what's happening. Any messages, insights, clarity, all that good stuff. Let's see the energies. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Capricorn. Please and thank you. Let's get this first card out nice and quick for my good friends. Can't wait to see what we have for you this week. Okay, now this card to me, it's an interesting piece of imagery, and there's several main messages that usually come through whenever it shows up. One of them is something you might have to keep an eye on, that's for sure, but a couple of them are really positive. So I guess it really depends on what you're going through. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So we see this little puppeteer. It's a jester, and he's playing with all those puppets. And in the positive sense, this could represent having fun, enjoying yourself, or cutting loose, because this person is literally playing, right? They're playing with the puppets. So for some Capricorns, you might need to blow off a little bit of steam. You might need to enjoy yourself or have fun. I always say people have fun in different ways, which is true. So whether it's a hobby, whether it's socializing, Spirit might want you to get out there and shake things up a little bit. However, when we get to the rougher aspects of this card, this is a puppeteer, and in symbolism, sometimes it could represent somebody pulling the strings or trying to control a situation. So for some of you, maybe there's a situation you're trying to get under control or get a handle over. Worst case scenario, maybe it's somebody that you think is pulling the strings from behind the scenes. We're not going to dive too deep into that, but that could also be a piece of this message. So you take whichever one hits for you, my friends. You know how it goes. We're just going to put that little puppeteer down right there. You could keep playing with those dollies. Let's get into tarot now. And I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. What's happening for my Cappies, please, my guide, spirit team. And while we shuffle this up and get it ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Now, I will say this. For the last couple of weeks, it seems like a lot of the energy I've been picking up in your readings was like from the outside, like from other people. Last week's reading was They Are Planning. That's what it was titled. So we were seeing strategy or the need for it. So for a lot of Capricorns, if you're going through some difficulties, maybe Spirit wants you to take something one step at a time, strategize, plan, all that good stuff. But there was someone in planning mode, that's for sure. So let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going now. 3 cards for my Cappies, please. What's going on for my good friends in early to mid-June 2024? There. Oh, okay. So we have the 7 of Swords in position number 1. Now, you know me, I'm an optimistic reader. I don't always like to judge a card too harshly before I see what's surrounding it. Best case scenario, this is just something that's like unseen, unknown, or a little bit out of nowhere. We'll talk about it a little more. That could have some connotations. Okay, 8 of Cups. All right, makes sense. Definitely makes sense with what I'm seeing and feeling already. I know Capricorn energy is usually very cut and dry, like no time for BS, no time for games. I'm kind of picking that up here. Okay, 4 of Swords, a little break time, a lot of internal energy here, my friends. So this is presenting in, I don't want to say an odd way, but it's different than what I usually pick up in Capricorn readings. So let's talk about it. I'll go through, give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I always like to look at the elements and how they play off each other. On the extreme ends, we have Swords, which is air. It represents the realm of mind. It represents the realm of communication, thought processes, planning, just like we saw in the last week's reading. We also have Cups here in the center, which is the realm of emotions and feelings. Both of these are the internal suit. So when I see like wands and pinnacles, that's like the outer world. This is all about the inner. So just know there might be an intensity to what you're experiencing inside. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because I think you're going to get a sense of what I'm picking up here. Position number one, we have the Seven of Swords. So this is one of the rougher energies in the tarot deck. And, you know, I'm always going to give it to you straight. The Seven of Swords, you see that person, he's like making away with the sword. So I always say, be a little cautious, be a little careful in this time. There could be a skepticism about a situation or a person when this energy is in the mix. The Seven of Swords, it could be an unsavory person. It could be a person that you need to watch out for. Someone that's not super trustworthy. I always say this is like the energy of a sneak or a thief or something along those lines. But we don't have to take it like that. To me, this is generally a card of the unknown, the unseen, because this person, they're making away with the swords. They're kind of like in the shadows. So for some of you, the clarifier might just show us something that hasn't really popped up yet, or a piece of information that you don't quite know. There's a little bit of mystery here involved. So whether it's a surprise or something unexpected, we'll see more when we clarify it. That's for sure. It is an action card as well. That's one thing I'll mention, but we'll look into it deeper. Moving to the center, though, and the reason I said like Capricorn energy is usually pretty cut and dry from what I know about you. It's like, all right, well, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for mystery. It's like I want a little more predictable energy. We have the Eight of Cups in the center. Now, I always say, once again, this is an action card, and this person could be walking away from something or towards. Like it could be one or the other. Like I'm either moving towards or away from something. There might be a situation you're leaving in the past. There might be a mode of thinking, a way of being. It's like, okay, I need to get up and do something here. I need to make a move. I need to make a change. That's a big vibe whenever this Eight of Cups shows up. In its most positive sense, it's moving on and up to better things. In its rougher sense, it could be feelings of abandonment or walking away from something you really don't want to. So it all really depends. And yeah, it could just be action in general. Every tarot card has a lot of complex meanings, a lot of complexity. So we'll see what that's about. In the front end, we have a lot of action and movement, changeable energy, which could be good depending on the situation you're going through. But now when we get to the back, it gets a little deeper. We have the Four of Swords. So we have like all this action and movement and things happening. This Four of Swords is taking a break. It's taking a rest. Now, for a lot of you with the Eight of Cups and the Four of Swords, could be Spirit telling you to get away for a little while or take a trip, vacation, rest. That's a big thing with this card. So if you've been dealing with certain situations or issues and it's taken a toll on you, Spirit might want you to recharge your batteries. Now, some of you, this could literally be sleep. So hopefully you're not having sleep issues in this time when the Four of Swords is in the mix. It could be the realm of dreams, meditation, spirituality. This could be a very, very good card. But at the same time, since it's not in action, it's not moving, it could also represent a problem or something that's a little frustrating. So when I see all this other stuff going on, it's going to be very important to see what the clarifiers are showing us about this energy, because it could be very contemplative. Like, okay, I'm thinking about this, I'm integrating this energy, I'm integrating this lesson, but at the same time, it could be like a thorn in the side, if that makes sense. So we're just going to put that Four of Swords down right there. I want to dive deeper on all this, Capricorn. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Capricorn friends. See what's happening for you. My guide, Spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Swords. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Seven of Swords time. What's happening? Quick. Okay. Yeah, we have the double sevens here. All right, for a small portion of you, if you are getting lots of intuition, whether it's about a situation, whether it's about a person, you have like that pit in your stomach, Spirit could be trying to like give you an omen or a warning here, to like really keep your eyes open, because there could absolutely be some sort of action popping up out of nowhere. Okay, so whether it's like you acting in a way that you don't normally do, or somebody you're connected to where it's like, okay, they're not normally like this, why are you acting a little sporadic? Like, it's kind of a fishy energy I'm picking up here. Now, for another portion of you, this could also, like, and I'm picking up this weird dynamic in your reading this week because we have challenge. So whether this is something in the past that you've already gone through, but I'm also seeing a sense of positive. Seven of Cups to me is a card of options, paths, opportunities, things coming your way. And even though it's like in reverse, like when I see these two cards together, a lot of you, there could be new paths opening up to you, like new journeys, new opportunities, new places you could go. So of course, we're going to have to heed this warning, especially if your intuition is like really like screaming at you. That could be very important. So just know if like your gut's nagging at you, if something's like, all right, well, I should really do something about this, or I should stay away from that. Spirit's really trying to tug at your intuition and give you an important warning here. Okay, so whether it is about a person or a situation, it could be both. We'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of it. Okay, it's also a very realistic type of energy, if that makes sense too, because the Seven of Cups, very imaginative, it's daydreamy, it's in the realm of the mind. When I see the Seven of Swords with this in reverse, it's like, okay, something's about to get real. Okay, so let's see what the Eight of Cups has to say. We're not going to linger there too long. So a portion of you, maybe these are opportunities popping up out of nowhere. Okay, that could be good. But I also feel like if there's something that's got your attention already or your intuition's tugging at you, it's showing up here. Let's see what the Eight of Cups has to say. Thank you. All right, so, and I don't mean to laugh at it because the energy itself is, I don't want to say it's concerning, but I get it. I get what I'm picking up here. The Nine of Swords in reverse. Usually the Nine of Swords is like a stressed card. Like, I'm stressed about this. I feel a lot of you in that game over type of mode and mindset, which once again, that's what I'm used to when it comes to Capricorns. And I mean, love Capricorn energy. It's all about their business. They stay on task. If they have goals, they reach them. And it's like, I don't have time for all this. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for weird people or anything. I'm not weird. I don't want to use a word like that, but I don't have time for fishy individuals. Like, if something pops up and it's like stressing me to a certain point and buying, it's like giving me that type of vibe. Okay. Again, with the Nine of Swords in reverse underneath this Eight of Cups, watch that you're not building up to a pressure point where things overflow. Okay, because if you are in Nine of Swords mode, like if you are pressurized or going through a situation that's quite serious and it's like pressurizing, when this flips in reverse under the Eight of Cups, it's like, all right, I can't take anymore. It's like, all right, this has reached a breaking point. So yeah, it could tie in with this little warning that we have in the front end, but at the same time, I feel this no games, no nonsense type of energy. So you just might be in that place in your life in general where it's like, okay, if this energy is not coming at me correct, if this energy is not coming at me right, I'm not playing that game. I'm moving on to something more simple. Let that make sense. Let's go in on the Four of Swords. And remember, if you're cross-watching, same thing applies. You know how it goes. But let's see why that Four of Swords is here. Because another thing that I keep seeing with this Eight of Cups and these two cards that represent sleep and rest, a lot of you really might need some time to recuperate or just like let the pressure out in one way or another. So let's see what's up with the Four of Swords. Let's see what's up with that. Good. Eight of Pentacles. And there could just be another aspect of your life that you're just very content with too. Okay, and that could really lead into all the stuff that we're picking up here in the center and over here. It's like, all right, well, I know what makes me happy. I'm content with this. I'm content with what I have. Like, if this energy is going to come in and mess with that, like, I'm just going to do my thing. It's like giving me this energy. This is coming through in a peculiar way, but it also feels like Capricorn energy to me. Like, it's not messing around. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is usually very good. Notice we have number signs showing up here. So when I was speaking about that warning, we have double sevens. Now we have double eights. We have some themes that are showing up repeatedly here. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of diligence. It's a card of work, career, earning money. So for a lot of you, yeah, I mean, when I see the Four of Swords under it, I know I've given the message multiple times already because I feel like it's important. Like, some of you really, truly need a vacation or to step away from something for a moment. Okay, even though you might not want to, right? I know Capricorn energy is very motivated. Like, you're not going to lose momentum if you take a step back for whatever reason. That's like an energy I feel like I need to talk about. But I'm liking what I'm seeing for the most part here because it's like, all right, well, I'm content, right? Like I could keep myself busy. Like I'm cool here, even though all this stuff's happening. It's like I'm content here, and that's good for me if need be. All right, so let's go through and do a quick recap here because we have a lot of things happening. A few good, a few that you might need to keep an eye on, but let's go through piece by piece before the shadow card. Position number one, we have the double sevens. We have the seven of swords, like the hidden, the mystery, with the seven of cups in reverse. Feel you completely rejecting anything that's a little fishy. Now, just know if your intuition's like tugging at you, like, oh, something's off, something's not right about this, something's not right about this situation, something's not right about this person. If you're getting signs, like spirit's telling you, like, hey, pay attention to these signs, your intuition could be very accurate in this case. It also felt to me, a lot of you, there's a lot of paths that are about to open up for you that you don't quite see just yet, which is good. Moving to the center, we have the Eight of Cups with the Nine of Swords, and I did say it's like game over type of energy. Like, I'm not messing around, I'm not playing around here, I don't got time for it. I could also see if something builds up to a certain point, like there could be someone that there's like a flight response where if they get stressed or like pressurized to a certain point, there's going to be a flight response. So keep that in mind. On to the back end, we have the Four of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles, the most positive part of this to me. And I did say, yeah, there's someone who's very content with at least one area of their life where it's like, yeah, no, I'm cool here. No problem in that realm. And that's cool to me. But another thing I'm seeing, like with the Nine of Swords reverse, Eight of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, a lot of similarities here that a lot of you could need some time to depressurize. So very, very important in both ends. So please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Capricorn. Let's see what's up. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. Okay, what do we got here for Capricorn? Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, shadow card time. Let's wrap this up for my dear friends. What do we got for Cappy? Thank you. All right, King of Pentacles, that is your energy, and it's not gender specific. Always keep that in mind. Now, for a portion of you, it could be another earth sign that you're tied to. King of Pentacles, all about control of material aspects and work and abundance. So as we had so much of this internal energy showing up as prominent for this upcoming week, the King of Pentacles is in the shadows. We also had this Eight of Pentacles that showed up on the very tail end here. So for a lot of you, yeah, there is a sense of security. There could be some good abundance coming your way whenever the King of Pentacles is in the mix. However, this card in its shadow form, in its shadow self, it could represent something that's kind of, I don't want to say immovable, but it's hard to work through. So for a portion of you, yeah, there might be certain situations where it's like, all right, well, I'm not feeling stuck, but this is something that's been lingering a while. So whether it's a feeling, whether it's like a physical thing or a mental thing, there's something that's been lingering for quite a while. But the thing that I love about this King of Pentacles is that it is filled with abundance and blessings. For a lot of you, there could be great things coming up in that area of life. So good energy for the most part. Also, focus on the self could be important. So make sure you're taking care of yourself when this shows up as a shadow. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my digital calendar is open on mastermetaphysics.com, so go ahead and check that out. And if you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this weekend's readings. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could snap your fingers and visit anywhere in the world right now, where would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.